Okay, well,
Buenos dias. Buenas noches, rather.
Buenos noches.
See? Yes, as the title suggests, it is almost go time. We have Saturday night's main event coming back after a long hiatus.
Yeah,
Actually, I looked it up, and last time I remember it was 2006, 2007, but I think that's a lot more now that I looked it up on the Wikipedia.
right, yeah.
But it is, in fact, true. You have Cody Rhodes bringing back the old school Eagle Wing WWF title.
Yeah.
Well, you know,
Yeah.
which I know Triple H said one night only, but it doesn't seem right. I think that should be the new title.
I suppose.
But I understand because, like I said yesterday on the Facebook chat, basically the women's title and the WWE title look the same as does the world title. So I guess.
Yeah.
But if you didn't see my short this morning, and this was kind of random. Eddie Edward Eddie Edwards was having a chat with somebody in the audience, and I'm pretty sure this guy was out of his mind and decided to paintbrush Eddie in the face. So he got slapped in the face, and then the security guards took him out.
Yeah.
So
And I mean, like, okay, yeah, Eddie and this guy were jaw jacking with each other. That's what wrestlers do to fans. Fans and wrestlers will yell at each other, you know, say whatever to each other. But then, like, to go as far as, like, to slap him was like,
yeah, well, I think that's the problem when you add rowdy wrestling fans or sports fans in general and alcohol. And it's like, yeah. And this guy was ballsy.
yeah, yeah,
And it's not the first time, obviously. And I know I said some things about the whole Seth Rollins incident when some fan charged him.
yeah,
But the truth is that, yeah, you should never, ever lay your hands on a wrestler. They're entertaining you. You're not a part of the show. Well, you're there to cheer and whatever.
yeah. You can cheer, you can boo, you can interact however you see fit. But like, you can keep it respectful. I will say.
Yeah.
And you're like, why didn't Eddie beat his ass? Well, because the situation was already getting taken care of. I mean, literally, dude slapped Eddie. Eddie slapped him back. And he got kicked out.
Right.
I mean, you know, Eddie retaliated and then just let security take care of it.
Yeah.
Now, I mean, if this was fucking 20 years ago, the dude probably would have got his ass whooped.
Oh, yeah, for sure. There's been many stories of wrestlers getting into the ring and trying to. I am fucking sorry. This fucking thing is not. Yeah. Yeah, that was the thing years ago. It happened with Eddie Guerrero. It happened with Steve Austin.
Yeah,
You got these fans that think they're cute as wrestlers would say. And they would get in the ring and they would try to get involved.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, not very often would it happen. Once in a while it would happen. And it's like, why?
yeah, like you're not owed anything.
No.
You just sit there and you watch the show, you enjoy it, and that's it. Buy merch or whatever, and you sit there and you watch the show. You cheer, you boo, that's it. And there's nothing wrong. It's not that hard. And I've been to local wrestling shows, and there's this one guy who likes to get involved, if you will, and he will have shouting matches. I know he won't lay his hands on the wrestlers. I'm always afraid that's going to happen now. But see, once again, there's no barricade. So you can also have these little kids get involved, and it's like, again, yeah, wrestlers are not the babysitter. You take care of your little shits. Sit them down, and they can watch the show, or kick them out.
Now, see, I don't agree with that.
Okay.
Kick? What's that gonna do?
Yeah, that's true as well.
Your son is being grounded. Get the fuck out. Like, why?
Yeah, I know.
That's like, hey, that's like, the dude that likes to holler at the wrestlers and whatnot. Oh, you're being too vocal. Get out. What?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, well, and that's kind of like also the movie theater.
Like, I mean, okay, yes, a lot of the independent promotions that do live events wherever.
Yeah.
Yes, they're not going to use a barricade. So yes, fans are going to get right in the wrestlers' faces. Well, I mean, you know, wrestlers generally get the fan faces of the fans, even with the barricade. But like when there's no barricade, yes, there's you can go up to a wrestler, get right in their face, and they can get right in your face and whatnot. But like that's what makes if they were concerned about you know any sort of physical contact being made or whatever, or like if they were worried about people getting up, right in the wrestlers' faces and yelling at them or whatever, they probably be like, okay, we either got to set up a barricade of some kind, or before the show, say, hey, you can, interact with the wrestlers, yell at them, scream at them, boo, call them names, tell them they suck, whatever, but like don't approach them. If they were that concerned about somebody doing something, they would just not allow it.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, there was one promotion that I seen on Instagram. I don't remember what it is. It's not like GCW or something like that. It's something else. Maybe PWG. Anyways, and the fans are literally right next to the ring, like as close as Matt and I are. Like, and it's like, yeah, if they were really concerned about no the fans doing something, they wouldn't allow them like that close to the ring.
Yeah. No, and like I said, I remember actually watching a few shows at the Cobra Community Center, which is a small town, so it's kind of like, yeah, it's a good show. It's a good turnout, but
Yeah.
also, yeah, there is no barricade. You know, kids unfortunately did try to get involved, especially if you look at the fall fair.
Right.
If they have wrestling, and then that's what happens. But see, here's the problem: if a wrestler accidentally bumps into that kid or whatever, because accidents happen,
Yeah.
it's gonna be their ass in a sling.
Well, maybe.
And I mean, and that, but that's true as well. Maybe, who knows? See, that's what I mean. I think you have to protect your own kids or whoever you're with, because should something happen, you're in charge.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I mean, I think that guy will probably be banned from ever going to a show again for a while.
When the next time they have an event at center stage, which doesn't really happen very often
No.
anymore nowadays. But like, yeah, and I mean, like, you're literally just before the main event, and you get your ass kicked out.
Yeah. Again, yeah, well, yeah. So I think people try to go their friend and, hey, maybe if you go up and you be physical with them, we'll see what happens. Well, I guess that guy saw what happened. Yeah, that's kind of a shame, though, because I mean, that's a lot of money,
Oh yeah,
you know, to watch just a house show. I think is less money than if you go to like an Impact show, let's say, or a WWE event. Or
I would say yeah.
so, if you fuck up, then that's your fault, and it's unfortunate because you know it doesn't need to happen.
No,
But
and I mean, like, even you take into consideration the fact that, like, we don't know what they were saying to each other, and so, like, what would have been the cause for the guy to slap Eddie?
yeah,
Like, I, it may not have been like, hey man, if Eddie Edwards comes over to you and starts jaw jacking with you, slap him. Like, Eddie could have said anything, and the guy reacted basically.
yeah, and that's the thing too. Like I think there's a fine line, and I think there's people who actually get pulled over and are like, "Hey, would you like to be a part of the show?" And you'll get paid for it. So yeah, there are some people. Like I remember there was a couple guys that you would see in the crowd at a WCW and WWF show, and it was always the same guy with the long hair and sunglasses, or there was another guy there that was very familiar. So they've got a lot of money, I'm sure, for their appearances. There are, you know, people in the crowd that will get involved that were told, hey, this is what's going to happen. So do you want to do this or whatever?
Right.
So I have no idea where I was going with that. But anyways, Saturday night's main event.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm interested to see what the set's going to look like,
Yeah, for sure.
because I remember when they came back, it wasn't exactly like the original set, although they did have the black and white or the red, white, and blue ropes and
Yeah.
stuff like that. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. And I wonder if they're going to have the same vignettes that they did back in the old days,
Maybe.
like in the beginning.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Last night, obviously, with final resolution.
Yes, sir.
So I'm editing that right now as we speak.
Yeah.
Shit. Well, anyway. I'll get to that when I get to that.
Yeah, exactly.
And yeah, so I hope everyone's doing good. And yeah, tonight we will be live on. I'll be live on my my YouTube, and Kyle will be live
On Instagram.
Yeah.
More than likely.
So check us out.
Yeah.
And yeah, and we will talk to you in a bit. Dewey says.
Later.